I had a recollection because I was able to like throw up like 275 the other day, and I just never attempted really 275. Um, but I had exhausted my muscles before I had gotten there. And so,
Yeah.
what is a simplistic way to increase weight over time? Just something basic. What do you got? Like as far as like if somebody wants to max out on a certain day, what do you typically like tell people, or like what type of advice do you give to them?
So first, if you're going to max out, one, make sure that you're thoroughly warming up. So the guy that I started lifting with lately, him and I just started a program actually today that my coach sent. And then he's just kind of following along with me. But we start whatever movement we're doing, we start at a weight about 50% of what we think we can actually do, like what we're actually aiming for when we go the full 100%. Now, what that allows us to do is, one, it lets us warm the muscle up. Two, it lets us kind of practice the motion basically and the action under a lighter load so we can really get focused into what we're doing. And then you progressively go. Now, the thing that you have to remember is you're going to have ebbs and flows. So depending on what your stress level's like, did you get a bad night of sleep? You could go into days and be doing a lot of different things right, have a really crappy night of sleep, and your numbers be less than what you had a previous week. And a lot of people get irritated. So there's little factors like that can go into it. But what happens is if you properly warm up and kind of work up to a weight, one, it allows you to kind of identify that. One, you're going to get kind of in tune with your body, and you're going to know, like, hey, I'm pushing this kind of movement, whether I'm doing a row. I start at 50%, and that goes well. I move up to about 75% of the weight that I think I'm going to use. That goes well. You hit 90%, and you're like, oh, something doesn't feel right. You know that maybe you can stop there. You can kind of focus, figure out what exactly is going on. Is something tired? Are you not moving your arm quite right? Is like something, something's off. It just kind of allows you to catch it. The other thing that I think is super, super important, and I've talked about this before, is making sure that you're tracking workouts. So if you're going to go in and you want to hit a new personal best, know what that is. Have done do the same movements over like a 4, 8, 12-week period of time. So each week when you go back to it, you can look back, you can see where you've been, you know what numbers you were hitting, and you have an idea of like where you should be, and then try to go a little bit above that each time. But always keep in mind too, the weight only matters is if you're actually targeting the muscle that you're supposed to in the first place. So you should always try to progress, but if you're cheating yourself just to get the weight up, does it really count? Was it really worth it? Did you really target what you were trying to target? And
that's true.
That's when you just have to kind of suck it up and, realize what is my intentional goal with this.